Wunderlich finish on the right lane in the 10th frame.
Handegard in the track area, flush strike on lane 47 for the handyman, John Handegard.
Well, they countered. Walter Ray and Tommy Evans have the option. They switched lanes. Now Tommy Evans is going to bowl on 48, and Walter Ray will bowl on the left lane. Let's see if he plays the gutter over there too. That's where the strategy in this tournament comes into play. Personally, I think that this is a mistake. I think they should have let Evans finish in the 10th frame because these two guys were pretty lined up in those two lanes. But what do I know? I'm up here.
One more pin needed to topple, and it didn't, so Tommy Evans opens up with a problem.
Well, the strategy's working for Wunderlich and Handegard right away. I mean, putting the onus on this other team. Tommy Evans hasn't thrown a ball on lane 48 in over a half hour, so he had no idea what the lane was going to really do. He had, you know, some idea, but took a shot to learn it, and he's going to get a split.
Handegard and Wunderlich putting heads together, so the change hurts the team of Evans and Williams. Let's see if Walter Ray can come back with a strike on 47.
See, I just look at it. They shot 230 the last game. Why mess with that?
Doesn't make much difference where Walter Ray throws because he's just striking at will.
And we watched him earlier in practice. He was throwing the ball real slow and hooking it off the lane, and then he picked up the speed. He can hook it. He can throw it straight. He can play inside, outside. All he can do everything except win, which he hadn't been able to do since 1987.
Can't believe he hasn't won a title since '87. 22 appearances in the championship round. Maybe tonight will be the night. Wunderlich. Little dip of the shoulder, almost leaves the bucket and ends up with the tender 2-pin when it's all said and done.
And Steve, after the match play was done last night, went down with Wayne Webb, his good friend, and worked on his game for an hour, and changed his wrist position from a cupped wrist position to straight, changed his push away position for waist. He said he changed everything except his name. Basically, though, what he's trying to do is keep his wrist straight behind the ball and let the hand release happen more naturally. He thinks, or is having a feel that he's going around the ball, but to me it looks like he's basically coming up straight behind it with getting more forward roll.
Which will mean less hook down the lane.
Well, it looks like it's going straighter to me.
Handegard walks through the shot. Is a little late. And 4-6s it on lane 47.
And again, 47 hooks more than 48. So if you let up on that speed a little bit at all in the track area, it's going to creep high.
John will be the defending champion when we head to Battle Creek next week for the Ebonite PBA Seniors Championship. Tommy Evans with a strike here would give his team the first double of the match.
And they're ahead by 2 already, sitting on the bench. You know, see if he makes that adjustment, moving about a board left with his feet on lane 48. Adjusting for that 4-7-10 he left in the opening frame.
Oh, stood up on that shot. 3-6-7-10.
2 shots on the lane and 2 splits, and suddenly, you know, that target gets smaller and smaller and smaller. See, what went wrong here is simply really in his mind. He doesn't let go of the ball. Thumb and fingers together at the same time and left. He's steering it to the pocket. He's afraid to trust it to the right, and that's what happens. I know the feeling. I had it many times. This is makeable. Chance. Oh, right around it, right around it. Great shot at the spare and a bad break.
3-pin whistles around the 7, and that is a tough break.
Well, look at, he hit it perfect, Dan. I mean, hits the 3-pin on the right. The ball takes out the 6-10, and the 3-pin just flies around the 7.
Tic-tac-toe on the scoreboard. Walter Ray looked like he may have tugged that shot a board or two, but he got away with it.
Good speed. Good speed.
Walter Ray batting 1,000 here in terms of striking. Now let's see if Wunderlich can come up with a strike on the right-hand lane.
Rolled it better. And got the 8-10 out of there.
Kept it right in the track. And so Wunderlich strikes, and now he'll look for Handegard to double.
Again, he's trying for the straighter wrist rather than cupped. We see it straight there. Now it stays straight. Watch at the top of the backswing. Still wants to creep in that cup position a little bit, but it's pretty straight. Stays behind it all the way. Good balance.
Back to live action. Handegard slaps out a double in the 4th and the 5th. So that team is off and running.
And you feed off one another here, Dan. When one guy gets it going, the other guy senses it. You know, right now the pressure is all on Tommy Evans. Everybody else is striking, and he's going, don't it, don't it.
He left the 4-7-10 in the 1st, the 3-6-7-10 in the 3rd. Let us hope he ends up in the pocket here in the 5th.
Well, they're down by 20. He can cut it to 10. And makes the good shot, and the hard 10 stands up there, and his wife Lynn looks up and says, well, I've seen lots of those before.
Very, very good shot.
Yeah. And that's just the way bowling goes. That's part of the sport. I mean, you know, bad break, make a good shot, another bad break. He's got to make the spare and go sit down.
And what has to be a little frustrating in this type of an event too, Mike, is you only get 5 shots at it too. It's not like you get a whole game.
Yeah, he's only got 2 left.
Wunderlich on a striking run, and he X's in the 6th. Pilot Field in downtown Buffalo is the home of the Buffalo Bisons. Tonight, they expect to exceed